What a time to be alive.
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 I never dreamed that in 2014 we would still be running up against racism after the debts that were paid with lives to assure us or ensure us of recognition just as human beings.
Royalty. Power to the chosen people.
In the United States, everyone's promised the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but it's not necessarily the same for people of color. It definitely does affect your right to want to live, affect your right to feel like you're a member of the society, affect your right to feel productive, because you are like a victim of discrimination and you don't have the same opportunities as everybody else, especially in terms of employment. I feel like it definitely does incite action because it makes me, and I'm sure other people of color, want to educate everyone across the races about what discrimination looks like and how to confront it.
Due to the recent events and just like the plight of Black America, it just strengthens my desire to be alive because I realize that life is precious. People are losing their lives every single day at the hands of policemen, people that are there to protect us. And I realize that any day I could be gone just the way Trayvon Martin was shot.
I would say that it's a very unique thing that we are partaking in 2016. A lot of us use social media and we see a lot of things. We have access to a lot of information. And one of the things that I like to think about is whether or not that access to information is enough to incite action. To answer your question, though, I know for me personally, I try to disassociate myself with a lot of information in social media because if I find myself always looking at information, how am I ever supposed to find the time to go out and do something and go out to change the information that I'm seeing if I'm always in front of a screen?
You know who you are. Royalty.
Yeah, without those significant people in Black history, there would be no growth whatsoever. We would probably likely still be in the exact same place that we're in before. And honestly, I believe it probably would have been even worse. It wouldn't have necessarily stayed the same. It would have gotten even worse than it was in the 50s or the 60s. So again, I'm just very grateful for those significant people that did step up and decide to say no. And yeah, we're just grateful because without them, we wouldn't be where we are today as African Americans.
She was not just tired and sat on them from work or anything like that. She planned actively to participate in civil unrest. She didn't just sit down on the bus. She was an active member in the NAACP. She knew what the crime was and what would happen if she was to sit down on the bus. When you have people missing like that from your history, it also means that you don't have people, or to have people who are missing like that, it would also mean that you don't have enough thinkers within the community to come up with a plan of action in order to incite and then go out and be proactive and actively fostering change. So to not have members like that and figures like that would not only mean that you don't have people, but it also means that you don't have a plan of action.
Really, to me, it wouldn't be much of a difference because actually it was people before them that actually took those initiatives and those stands. It's just that they weren't publicized and put out there to the media because they weren't what white America perceived as something that was acceptable or something that should be publicized about the Black race, or even from the Black race should be publicized about themselves to others. So really it's no difference because those things happen. Other people sat on the front of the buses and protested and said that they weren't going to get up, but it was the image that they upheld.
Royalty, yeah. Royal.
As we shouldn't be
satisfied with the advancements that we have so far, considering all the things that we've already gone through and where we are now. It feels like we haven't made any progress.
How we're supposed to grow as a people if we are content with where we are. Even though that we've come a long way, we still have a long way to go.
Royalty, royal.
As black people today in 2016, we are definitely about to enter one of the biggest eras of black empowerment and black pride.
One thing that I think that should be done in 2016 is to acknowledge the fact that 2015 happened and 2016 should be more along the lines of what we should do about it. And not let necessarily a lot of things get in the way of that.
As a Black American, I feel like it's a critical time to be alive, being that in the past year we saw so much going on with our people, people coming out, standing up, and making moves to like try to have changes in society. And I feel like there's so much going on right now. So many people feeling active, like they need to make a stand and make a difference. That I feel like as time goes on this year, I feel like it's a big stand for us to try to make a push to make a difference in society.
Every individual and every generation has challenges. You should become involved with the issue that moves you. Because the fact that it moves you is no accident. The source of your feeling about the issue comes from the same source that created you and sustains your life. There's really nobody to do what needs to be done except you and me.
What a time
To be alive.
What a time to be alive.
University of Memphis, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Royalty, royal.